What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Welcome back to the channel. Subscribers, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we release more videos. And also thank you to everybody that supports the channel on Patreon. Super Chat, Venmo. Much appreciated, and everybody that watches the videos. I know I play commercials in the videos, and your patience and support is much appreciated. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe so you can know when we do the next live stream. We usually do them in the morning. Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, and it is really hard to believe that it was just in, what was it, July of 2017 that he fought Vladimir Klitschko? Yeah, I think that was late July of 2017 he fought Vladimir Klitschko. I was so very high on Anthony Joshua. I was so appreciative of the way that this guy paid respect to the legends of the sport after he won that fight against Vladimir Klitschko. I wasn't really big on his talent level, but I liked him, and I was more appreciative of him than I was of Deontay Wilder. I thought that Deontay Wilder's beef that he had with Tyson, with Mike Tyson, that turned me off, man. Even though I can understand why he had an issue with what Mike Tyson had said, and the beef that those guys were having back and forth. But you know, I was a bigger fan of Anthony Joshua than I was of Deontay Wilder. And it just, sometimes, man, I look back and I wonder, like, God, dog, how could everything have just completely turned on its head in 18 months? But Anthony Joshua said something today, man, that reminded me of exactly why it is that I do not like hype jobs. I don't like hype jobs. I don't like media creations. And I do not care if it's a media creation or a hype job that knows how to fight. Whenever these guys start feeling themselves and acting as if they are the king of the world, and that the world revolves around them, it completely turned me off, man. And retro boxing, formerly known as blood boxing, when he said several months ago that Deontay Wilder would be better off just ignoring Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder just needs to go his own way, set up his own fights, and let the chips fall where they may, try to grow his audience in the United States and all of that. You know, when he originally said that, I really didn't feel what he was saying. But now I understand that he couldn't be more correct. Deontay Wilder needs to leave that phony, fake show alone. There seems to be absolutely nothing genuine about Anthony Joshua. Nothing genuine about these statements that are attributed to him today. Let me go through them. I'm not talking about whether or not he's right or whether or not he's wrong, but just the absolute phoniness of this dude is what has completely turned me off from him. I would rather have a guy that I know, even if I don't like what they're doing, if they're honest, if they if they're saying something where you can believe that they actually mean what they're saying, even if I don't like what they're saying, I can live with it. But when somebody will tell you what they want to hear, what you want to hear, and they don't mean it, or they just say things that you know are specifically designed for some marketing reason, that they're saying for some marketing reason, as if they've got some Harvard-educated marketing person with a hand up their backside, moving their fingers around, getting their mouth to talk. I personally can't stomach it. So when I listened to read what Anthony Joshua said, it's like, man, come on, man. You know you're not fighting Deontay Wilder. Just don't even talk about him. So this is what he said, and then I'm going to go through it. He said, It's an article by Boxing Scene. Joshua warns Wilder, step up or Chisora White are options. Dude, Chisora or White is who you're fighting next regardless. Deontay Wilder could say that he would fight you for $5 million. You're going to argue about the size of the gloves or whatever has to happen, or the rematch clause or something else. You're going to catch the flu. Something's going to happen where you're going to wind up fighting him anyway, because that's the plan. And to say otherwise is just insulting people's intelligence, man. This is what this dude says. I am out again until next year, April 13th. You know we're ready, Wilder. Whatever, we're ready. Just be realistic in negotiations, because that's your issue, not mine. It's a blessing to take myself out of training and go watch these guys and go and perform and see it from a different point of view. If I was a betting man, I want Chisora to win because he's my guy, Northwest London. I respect him. He's officially ABC ambassador, and he was a role model when I was coming through. And Dillian, I want him to win because I want to box him again. Come April 13th, if Wilder doesn't step up, they're my two options. Good luck Chisora and good luck White. They're both relevant wins for me. This is why I want to say this dude is a UK fighter, man. I don't care how many belts he has. Derek Chisora and Dillian White. Who cares? Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White, who cares? Anthony Joshua versus Derek Chisora, who cares? The only fight that is worth even mentioning for Anthony Joshua is the winner of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That's it. That's the only heavyweight fights that matter for anything. It's the only heavyweight fights that people should be talking about, but it's not. He uses some setup line. I want to fight Deontay Wilder, but he has to be realistic. What does realistic mean? He has to give you whatever you want, and if he doesn't accept whatever offer you give him, no matter how much, whether it's a fixed fee, flat fee, whether it means that he has to earn less money for fighting you in the UK than fighting you in the US, if you want to take a pay cut because this dude did well, because you and he would make more money in the United States, but you don't want that to be the case, you want to make up some whatever cockamamie excuse about you wanting to fight for your hometown fans in the UK on what is it again? Because you want to be officially ABC ambassador, whatever the hell that is, or you want to, you really want your Northwest London people to be able to see you fighting, whatever. You do not want the fight with Anthony Joshua next, Deontay Wilder next, because Barry Hearn doesn't want that fight next. Eddie Hearn doesn't want that fight next. You guys want to have more pay-per-views in the UK, period. You guys have already got your plan out. I listened to Eddie Hearn talk about these pay-per-views, all these pay-per-views in the UK. The dude was like tripping on his own feet, contradicting himself. But look, it is what it is. And which is why I'm with what Retro Boxing is saying. Deontay Wilder just needs to fight people in the United States, man. I certainly hope that their pay-per-view does well so that, that he can continue to earn good paydays in the United States and I can see him fight against whoever. But I am not in the mood to go through any more of this nonsense with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is and here's the thing, man. I listened to what several people have said the same thing over the last couple weeks about the issues that you can have, even in the United States, but in the United States when you fight with two different promoters. Errol Spence Jr. said that about Terrence Crawford fight. Jared Hurd talked about that with Jaime Munguia, saying that, look, man, it's not realistic that fight's going to happen because he's fighting for Golden Boy. And we fight for and Hurd fights for the PBC. Shout out to Trill Boxing Talk, by the way, who had that interview. Really did enjoy it with the trainer for Jared Hurd. they talked about it. So just listening to people continually talk about it, I'm like, it just reminds me of, I already knew that was the case, but it's almost, I don't want to say it's settling me in for it, but those level American fights I can push for. I can't push for Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, because because they don't want that fight to happen. The only reason he mentioned, and from what I see, the only reason that Anthony Joshua mentioned Deontay Wilder's name is because he has to. Because they have to say they want that fight, which is why they're trying to do negotiations in the middle of Deontay Wilder's training camp. Trying to get Deontay, we want Deontay Wilder to sign up for this fight now in the middle of his training camp, not knowing whether or not he's even going to have the belt on the Sunday morning after he fights Tyson Fury. Trying to, and the whole thing of just trying to sell this nonsense, man. Anthony Joshua, continue to do your underwear commercials, your Boss commercials. Keep getting these. Eddie Hearn can continue to milk the hell out of UK fight fans with these pay-per-views, like a Derek Chisora versus Dillian White pay-per-view. A Dillian White, Derek Chisora pay-per-view, and see what Eddie Hearn said about it being $25. I wouldn't pay $25 for that. I'm not buying a pay-per-view fight for $25 for Derek Chisora and Dillian White. Why in the world would I do that? That's like me paying a $25 pay-per-view for Luis Ortiz versus Dominic Breazeale. Why would I pay $25 for that? That's not a fight that's worth that. But people in the UK, man, till the people in the UK are sick of being milked, it'll continue with them. And they'll continue that facade. There are, between November 10th and the end of the year, there are 4 different pay-per-views, potentially 5, but 4 pay-per-views being aired between BT and Sky. On December 22nd, there are 2 Josh Warrington, I think, is it Josh Warrington and Carl Frampton are fighting. Derek Chisora and Dillian White are fighting, and both of them are pay-per-view, and neither one of them are worth $25. It's absolutely amazing. The other one is the other 2 are Usyk, Alexander Usyk versus Tony Bellew on pay-per-view. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Dude, that is like Israelandi Laura versus what is the guy's name that he's fighting, man? Forgive me, man. Is it whoever the WBA regular title holder is? It's like that fight. Maybe a little better than that fight. Nothing worth paying $25 for. The only one that is worth pay-per-view is the one for the WBC Heavyweight Championship and the lineal heavyweight title. 2 title holders fighting on BT Sports on, I think it's December 1st. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. That's the only one that is even reasonably worth $25 to watch. But hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Just UK cats, just do you. Everybody that is milking the tar out of those fans over there, do you. From the boxing channels that are hyping this nonsense up and not calling it for what it is, make your money, dude. Make your AdSense, get your interviews, get your subscribers, do you. Whatever. But it's trash. And in the back of your mind, it's trash. You know who the best fighters are. Pay-per-view, if you're going to pay above your subscription for something, it should be for something that is, you deserve to get Derek Chisora, Dillian White with your subscription to Sky Sports. Why would you pay for extra? It's amazing to me, man. But that's why I'm like, I don't even care about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. It's never going to happen as long as UK fans are willing to pay $25 for Dillian White and Derek Chisora. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to pay pay-per-view for that, then there is no reason for Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder. And the funny thing is that the UK fans not the true fans are pissed off about it. The hardcore fans are pissed off about it. But what does Eddie Hearn say to y'all? You don't matter. He said it in an interview with Boxing Social. He's like, yeah, talking about Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz. Like, yeah, of course, people that know about boxing and know what good value for a fight is know that that's the fight that they would want. But who cares? Because I don't care what you guys want. I want to sucker casuals into giving me $25 a fight. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy, man. So take that whole Eddie Hearn interview that happened on Boxing Social on top of the conversation that happened with this thing that Anthony Joshua said, just throwing Deontay Wilder's name out there and leading right into a conversation about a fight that nobody cares about. But yet we all know it's going to happen. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.